Hi, this is H.C. Bailey, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy. I know that shopping list I gave you last time may seem like a lot, and normally I'd try to spread it out a bit more. However, the reason I'm not afraid to ask you to take the time to get all that is because there's some easy ways of getting the gold. In total, I don't think it would take more than an hour to complete, and really, you'll never have to grind that much at one time ever again for the rest of the game. So just tough it out. It'll make the next area a lot easier. Now, I don't like this method, but the first method I'm going to mention, but someone brought it up, so I'll just post it here. There's what's called the ship minigame. If you press the A and B button 55 times, you'll start playing a minigame called 15 Puzzle. And I'll demonstrate that for you here in just a minute. 1, 2. There we go. So yeah, you got a little puzzle here, and you got these things here, and you just move them around. You got to get them in order of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And the space has to be there. And you have to get them all in order to do that. And if you do it successfully, I think you get like 100 gold or something. It's more in other versions of the game, but whatever. I don't like this version. Primarily because it prevents you from gaining experience, which we really want. So as long as we're on the subject, let's leave the world of emulation and take a look at some other programs that can help us out here. Okay, I just thought I'd bring this up simply because it's useful for other versions of the game, like Dawn of Souls, where solving the 15 puzzle game can actually get you some items, and the faster you solve it, the better items you can get. So I just thought I'd show you this neat little website. If you can't read the website up there, it's I'll post it in the video description so you can see that there. But anyway, on this website you can get a program called 15 Puzzle Optimal Solver, and it'll show you the fastest way of solving the puzzle. I got the program opened up right here. For some reason my version's a little screwed up here. I guess it's because video resolution or whatever, but anyway, I'll just give you an idea of how it works. I'll give you a random puzzle, but if you want to put in whatever puzzle you got in the game, you hit free layout, you can switch the pieces around, just like that. So let's get a random puzzle and solve it. Okay, you can solve the puzzle in 56 moves, and if you hit play, it'll even show you how it'll solve it for you. And this is how the program works, and basically how you're supposed to play the game, really. So it'll move everything around there for you. Voila! It's solved the puzzle, and you use this in Dawn of Souls, you can get some really good items early in the game. So that's one thing you can do there. Now, now for the serious ways of getting gold. Now we're going to take a look at another program called FF Hackster. That's a very useful game or program. Now, in case you don't know, the world is divided into 64 domains, or enemy domains, or 8 by 8 in the whole world. It's square. And each domain consists of 256 tiles, or 32 by 32. And each of those domains determines which monsters you can encounter. Now, in most cases, this prevents you from meeting up with monsters that are too powerful for your current point in the game. But sometimes they don't, and but usually you don't. But I'll show you the most notorious example, called the Power Peninsula, or also known as the peninsula northeast of Pravoka. Now let's take a look in here, the overworld map, and we'll head over to Pravoka. Now to get to the Power Peninsula, you start at Pravoka, you go south, go east, then you go north, all the way up here. Now you see that blue line there? That blue line represents the border of the enemy domain. When you go north of that line, you go into another enemy domain. In that one at the very tip of the peninsula there, you can encounter very tough monsters that you normally wouldn't be able to defeat at your current level. Those are enemies that you really shouldn't meet up until the end of the game practically. But if you learn Fire 2 and Harm 2, it's actually very possible to defeat one group of enemies called the Zombies. Now, unfortunately, you won't always encounter them. They're reasonably common, but even if you do encounter them, it's fairly likely that you can still die. To help, though, you should bring along at least 5 tents. And what you do is once you get up to the tip of the peninsula, you use one to save, try to meet up with the Zombies, and if you either fail to meet up with them or you die, you just reset, try again. Personally, I think that's not really cheating, but I think it's really taking advantage of a game design flaw, so I prefer another area. Let's go back to Elfland. Now you go to Elfland, you go southwest of those blue lines there, and now this I don't think is cheating because it's such a huge area, and it's pretty obvious that the game designers want you to be able to meet up with those kind of enemies at this point in the game. So anyway, southwest of Elfland there, you can encounter enemies like Geists and Ogres and lots of really good enemies. They give you a great amount of gold and experience. Now you can run into arachnids. They're fairly uncommon though, but you should still hold on to at least 5 pure potions in case they poison you. I don't think you can run into asps there, but I mean, just hold on to enough pure potions and you should be fine. Now, once you've done all of that level, all that gold gaining, I would highly recommend taking the time to grind up to level 10. By the time you've gotten all that gold, you should either be there already or you should be very close. Finish off that level. Level 10 is a very critical level because there's a lot of things that happen once you reach that level. Obviously, most importantly, you'll have a lot more HP, and this will really help out in the Marsh Cave. More importantly, though, your Red Mage will have a level 4 spell charge, finally, and so he'll be able to use Ice 2 and eventually Fast as well. Now, the most important thing is that the Black Belt's hit percentage will finally reach 32. So once you do that, you can sell his Iron Nunchucks, and he'll be able to go barefisted the rest of the game. He'll be obscenely powerful. It's just ridiculous. I mean, he's really the offensive powerhouse of the game, and the further you go, the more damage he'll be able to deal. So, and yeah, so just sell his weapons, and he'll be good to go. And at that point, yeah, I mean, his fists are going to be just as strong, if not stronger, than your silver swords. So you're going to be quite prepared for the Marsh Cave once you do all that. So that's how you can get the gold for what you need. It shouldn't take too long. You won't have to spend more than that amount of time for the rest of the game. So I think you'll be all set and ready to go for the Marsh Cave. So I'm going to do all that on my own time, of course. You can do that as well, or you can meet me at the Marsh Cave. Or, well, meet me at Elfland, and I'll show you how to get to the Marsh Cave next time. So that's all for today, and that's it for Let's Play Final Fantasy. This is H.C. Bailey signing off. Good night.